Hello, today we're going to talk about registration and what you need to know to be able to register for classes for registration or pre-registration. The one thing students don't realize on page 83 of the college catalog that students are responsible for the proper completion of their academic program. If you see in bold, the final responsibility remains that of the student. So your advisors will counsel you, but it's your responsibility to make sure that you get the right classes you need. So that's what we're going to talk about today to help you be able to do this. First thing a lot of people get confused on is we have a couple different degrees here at the college. One is the Associate Applied Science. This is usually a vocational technical degree, and it usually doesn't transfer unless we have an articulation agreement with a specific four-year school. An example, we do have some articulation agreement with Mount Olive and also Fayetteville State for criminal justice and early childhood. So normally what you do with this degree is you do a two-year degree and then you go to work. The other degrees we have are Associate of Arts, Associate of Science, Associate of Fine Arts. These are actually degrees that you do 2 years here, then you transfer to a four-year school. There is a comprehensive articulation agreement that says that there's 33 pre-majors, where if you follow the guides by the comprehensive articulation agreement pre-major, when you transfer to a UNC school, four-year school, you'll go in as a junior. Let's talk a little bit about the Associate in Applied Science. These are set up so you get your major classes. Then you usually take 5 general education classes. Example, you'll take 2 English, a math, a humanities, and social science. Once you complete the degree, then you go to work. The one thing about the Associate in Applied Science, normally the classes in the program that are listed for first and third semester are only taught in the fall. And then the classes listed in your program for second and fourth semester are normally taught in the spring. A lot of our programs only have one instructor, and that's why many of the classes are only taught one semester a year. I'll give you examples. Our criminal justice, we have one instructor for that class, for that program, so he has to teach each class. So he can only teach first and third semester in the fall, and then second and fourth semester classes in the spring. You need to get a program checkoff sheet or your program brochure to see what the course requirements are for your program, and it lays it out by semester. Now, most people do not follow the exact course requirements for each semester. Sometimes they'll have to take some developmental classes. It'll throw them off track, off the 2-year plan. And also, they also might not be able to take 17 semester hours. They're working, they can only take 12 hours a semester, so that's going to extend the time it takes you to get your degree. Transfer degree, you need to get the Comprehensive Articulation Agreement pre-major for your degree. This shows exactly what classes you need to take at James Sprunt, so you complete your degree at James Sprunt, and then you can transfer into 16 UNC universities as a junior. There's also a comprehensive articulation agreement if you're interested in going to a private college. Now, one thing is developmental classes. You're required to take that was in the past was the asset. Now it's the compass test, which is done on the computer. It gives you a score that shows your reading, English, and our math classes you should be placed in. You're placed in a class to hopefully make you successful in that class. Let's give an example for math. Let's say you did take calculus and pre-calculus in high school, but it's been 8 years. You probably haven't practiced a lot of your skills for pre-calculus. So if you went into a college course that was pre-calculus, you'd probably have a very difficult time and maybe not be able to pass. The purpose of the placement test is to make sure that you're put into the right math class to make sure once you complete that, you can move to the next level, and be successful. And most of the time it is people just been out of school for a while, and what you don't practice, you get rusty on. So that's what it is. But one thing is about the developmental classes, anything below 100 is considered developmental class, 100 level, and this does not count towards your degree. It counts to get you through to your degree to make sure you're successful, and financial aid normally play for any developmental class you need. The thing you need to do first is to take these classes first. So if you score for English 80, reading 80, and math 50, the best thing to be successful in your program is to take these classes to get you up to college level for reading, writing, and math. We also have a policy here where we have restricted enrollment, and it limits what classes you can take when you're in developmental courses. And this is also to make sure that you're going to be successful. It's proven that if you're less likely to be successful if you do not complete your developmental classes, because normally you're rusty, it's going to take you longer to study, to comprehend the information. So it's worth getting your developmental classes. Now, one thing we see is most people don't like math, and if you do like math, you're one of the rare people here at the college. But if you score for math 50 and hold off and wait till the last semester, I'm going to start on my math program, you'd have to take math 50, 60, 70, and 115 to complete your program for Associate in Applied Science. You might have to even take more classes if you're doing a college transfer. Don't wait till your last semester to start your math classes. Start them immediately. Take them in sequence. Even if you take a semester off, a lot of times you lose what you learned in the previous semester. So math, I recommend taking it in sequence, start off, and if your advisor's not doing that, you need to let them know, I want to get my math out of the way. If not, you could actually spend 2 years or more just taking math classes to complete your degree. Another thing you have to be aware of, some courses require prerequisites. Example is English 112. If you look in the back of the college catalog, back where they give the course descriptions, you'll see the prerequisite for English 112 is English 111. You have to take English 111 first before you can go into English 112. When we try to register you as a faculty member, it will block us if you don't have the prerequisite done. We also get in trouble with the auditor if we don't put you in the prerequisite before you go into the actual course, unless we do a prerequisite waiver, which then has to be approved by the faculty member teaching the class. An example, people want to maybe try to not do the prerequisite for math. Most of the time our math instructors will not do a prerequisite waiver unless you can demonstrate you're very good at that math topic. Where you can find this information is looking in the back of the JSCC catalog, which is online, or you can get a CD and look under the course descriptions. It'll give you the courses, what the course number is, and then if there's any prerequisites or what we call co-requisites. A co-requisite, you have to take the class at the same time. So you'd have to take maybe 2 classes at the same time to be able to do that class and for us to be able to register you. So let's talk about pre-registration. Hey, what is it? Who do I need to see and what should I do to do it? Okay. First of all, pre-registration is early registration for students that are right now enrolled in the semester. So if you're spring semester, then you have the right to pre-register for fall classes. The person you're going to have to see is your faculty advisor. Okay. The reason you should do it is if you came to the first semester and you had to stand in that real long line for registration, to avoid that is the way to pre-register. Also, it makes sure you get the classes, you have first dibs on classes, so that you get the classes you want at the times you want. If you wait at pre-registration, there's a lot of people who's already picked over the classes, and it's a lot more difficult to get what you want and at the times you want. If you go for registration or pre-registration, these are a couple things I recommend. A program checkoff sheet or pre-major sheet. This lists out the courses you've taken. Then you want to get your program evaluation from WebAdvisor, so it shows what classes you've taken, what classes have transferred in, and also what classes you're enrolled in currently. This will help you decide what classes you have left to take here at James Sprunt. The program checkoff sheet will show what semesters these classes are offered. And you'll need a catalog of the CD or JSCC website. You can get the same information. This gives you the prerequisites. It also can show you programs also. And then you're going to develop a 2-year plan. So this will show what you're going to do for 4 semesters. So that way you know when you go to see your advisor what you're going to do. Also, a pre-major sheet would be from the Comprehensive Articulation Agreement, where you should get this from the website, and your instructor will show you how to get that. That'll show what classes you take here for a college transfer degree. So it's important to pre-register, and you're going to be asked by your advisor to create a 2-year plan and list the courses you're going to take the next semester so you can pre-register. Take advantage of the pre-registration, and you'll be happy you did. Thanks.